It is so amazing seeing the circle of life look after everything in our gardens. Everything is self-controlled and working on its own.
Yeah, we have these leafy vegetables that are being eaten by caterpillars. And what happens is the butterflies are laying eggs everywhere. They lay the eggs turn into caterpillars and start eating the cabbage. What is more interesting is that they stop. So they'll do this much damage and then they'll stop. They won't eat this guy anymore. They'll go to this leaf, they'll eat a little bit. So what's going on is they allow this cabbage to stay alive. They don't overeat it so it dies or so it can't grow anymore. They'll just eat it enough so it can continue to grow in a very strong fashion. So we also have discovered that we have lizards underneath here. Everywhere where there's shade and there's protection, these lizards will come and they'll start eating these caterpillars. So we've got a double control mechanism. The one mechanism that they don't kill the plant, the caterpillars, and the second mechanism that we have creatures down below with the protection of the leaves that'll pick off all of these caterpillars. So it's a win-win situation, very unusual. What a lot of people do here is they don't plant this foliage at a certain time of the year. And the reason they don't do that is because they don't have white butterflies at that time. So if you don't have the white butterflies, you can't get these caterpillars underneath the leaves. So what really happens is they don't overdo it. They don't kill these plants, which is really phenomenal. Very interesting. We don't need to spray it. We don't need to do anything. We just basically let nature do its job, and it will allow these leafy vegetables to still grow, even though they're under attack. And depending on the amount of butterflies that are flying around, these leaves should be absolutely covered in insects because there's so many white butterflies everywhere. But every leaf has one or two caterpillars. So what really happens is they disperse themselves as well, so they don't all team up on one plant. So it's very interesting that way how they allow the plant to still thrive and do well. So when these plants are really well looked after, they have great soil, they have great sunlight, they have constant watering or sufficient watering, the right amount. The insects have a really hard time getting at them. It's when they're really struggling that they're easy target. But when this plant is super healthy, not much gets to them. So we have these leaves growing into each other so the entire ground is covered with growth and the sun doesn't get at the dirt. And that helps these plants stay hydrated, and it helps them from also from getting overheated with the soil. Our sun is very strong here. So these insects don't have a chance against this if you really plant them well and have them covering the ground. These plants stay hydrated, and it helps them from also from getting overheated with the soil. Our sun is very strong here. So these insects don't have a chance against this if you really plant them well and have them covering the ground.